Remember, if you want to quit, you can quit tomorrow. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about another strategy for quitting. In one of my other videos, I talked about quitting for a day. Basically, if you're going through something hard and you want to give up, you can quit for a day. But here's another strategy that works just as well. So this strategy is for when you want to give up, you want to quit, and you don't feel like you can keep going. If that's happening, that's fine. It happens a lot of times. It happens to pretty much everybody. And if you're going through something hard enough, you're probably going to run into that situation. But this is the mantra that I tell myself sometimes when I'm not quite sure how to keep going. And that is, if you want to quit, that's okay, but you can quit tomorrow. Today, unfortunately, however, you're going to have to keep going. And it's kind of a joke, but it actually works. Because what happens is you collapse down the timeline of trying to figure out how to survive every single possible thing that might happen to you, both real and imaginary, for the rest of your challenge. And you take all that off the table, and all you have to do is figure out how to make it to the end of the day. And if you wake up in the morning and you feel really bad tomorrow and you need to quit, you need to actually quit, you can quit tomorrow. But for today, you're just going to have to figure it out. And maybe that sounds like tough love, but turns out you can do almost anything for one day. And by the time you're having that conversation with yourself, the day's probably half over anyways. So maybe you only have to make it a half a day. And if you go to bed early, maybe you only have to make it a few hours. So if you're not quite sure how to keep going, remind yourself that you can quit, but you're going to have to quit tomorrow. As for today, you're just going to have to figure it out. And what happens when you do that is you start to realize that maybe you don't have enough strength and energy to make it all the way to your end goal, but you have just enough to make it to the end of the day. And then you can take a shower, take a nap, or 8 hours of sleep. And you can wake up well rested and decide to quit then. Or you might realize you actually have more energy than you thought you did. You might have dreamed up a solution to your problem, and you realize your body's actually way more resilient than you thought it was. And you figure out how to just keep going. I've done a bunch of different ultra marathons all over the place. One of the things I really like about point-to-point races is that there's really no good off-ramp in the middle of the race. If you're doing a loop race, you can convince yourself, hey, at the next loop, I'm going to go ahead and quit. But you still have to finish the loop. You can't just stop halfway through the loop. And if you're in a point-to-point race, you can kind of lie to yourself a little bit and be like, hey, I'm going to quit at mile 20, at mile 30, mile 50, whatever it is. But if you quit at those points, you're still out in the middle of the nowhere. And sometimes you realize that the easiest way to get through this thing, and maybe the fastest way home, is just to stick it out, finish the race, do a gut check, and figure out how to finish the race. There's the Stoicism quote that says the only way is through. And I think for a lot of challenges, the hardest part for all of them is accepting that there are no off-ramps. And so when you tell yourself you can quit tomorrow, it just buys you more time. Gets you a renewed mindset and a clear head so you can regroup and keep on going. All right, guys, so that's another quitting strategy. I call it quit tomorrow. Remember, if you want to quit, you can quit tomorrow. But for today, you're just going to have to keep going. I hope you guys liked the video. If you guys want to see more stuff like this, hit like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below about a time you wanted to quit and you didn't give up. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you on the next video.